Hi, thanks for joining me as I travel around the Yukon, taking photographs and enjoying the scenery. The first stop for me was in Whitehorse, the capital city of Yukon, and saw many statues and a lot of other interesting sights. And of course, I brought along Henrietta Hen, who goes back a long ways with my photography. Actually came out of a photography exercise from Darwin Wiggett, who's pictured here with me, right by the Yukon River, holding Henrietta. Darwin is an outstanding photographer who used to write for Outdoor Photography Canada. Welcome to Tombstone Territorial Park. Tombstone is the main place I wanted to see when I came to Yukon, but there's so much more here than just Tombstone, and fall is beautiful for colors. These first few photos are all taken short distance from the interpretive center. It is gorgeous. This is the first day up here for me. I'm going to be here for a couple days, and hope I can share some great things. I've included a few people in this photo to give you a little idea of the scale of things here. This is our campsite at the Tombstone Campground just past the Interpretive Center, and it was a fantastic layout, water access, everything we needed right there.
Here we are, camping in the Yukon, and I'm going around to a few different places. Right now, I'm in Tombstone Territorial Park, right by the river, and just enjoying a little bit of camping after a full day of hiking and checking out some of the scenery. It was beautifully sunny earlier today. The clouds have come in, as you might be able to tell, and we're looking forward to a change of scenery, a change of weather for tomorrow. We're going to explore the park a little bit more, but it took us a good part of the day actually to drive up here. So there's lots of park to explore, and maybe we'll make a little trip a little bit beyond the northern border and see where we can go. So it's been good, and I hope you're enjoying it, and follow along, see what else we got.
The next day I headed north, so we were just outside of the park and managed to get the drone up. And am I ever glad I did, because there were some beautiful views from up there.
I'm out for a walk in Tombstone Territorial Park again, and the weather keeps changing here. It's a beautiful evening. We got some nice clouds, and we've got some beautiful sun peeking through. We're gonna have to see what we get tonight, but so far it's been a pretty interesting day. Hope you're enjoying following along.
This was a much less formal setup for a campground in the north end of the park, but again, it's another beautiful location right beside the water. It was quiet, hardly anyone else there, and made for a perfect spot to stay for the night. Nothing like sitting back, relaxing in front of a nice warm campfire and just watching those flames flicker as the skies change in front of you.
Well, so far the Yukon is one of the most beautiful places I've been to. The scenery here is amazing. Haven't seen much wildlife yet. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a chance to see some. I've seen some moose tracks and some birds around, and we'll see what the next couple days hold for us. Keep watching.
It was time to move on from Tombstone, so we started heading towards Dawson City. But before we were there, we stopped at the paddle wheel graveyard, which is actually just across the river from Dawson City. You have to take a short little ferry that goes across free. It's constantly running. As you can see here, most of the old paddle wheelers are in such a decayed state. They're all broken, fallen down, and it's hard even to tell what they are. But it was still an interesting sight to visit. After that, I was glad to go into Dawson City and check that out. We actually stayed 2 nights here, and it's a cute little city. It's got this camera obscura building, but unfortunately while we were there it wasn't open. We did, however, get a chance to read how this building works and how it functions as a camera obscura. So maybe next time, if we ever get back, we'll get a chance to check it out. Here's the plaque. You can read yourself if you want to pause the video. As we walked around town, we saw some beautiful flowers that were out still blooming, and a whole bunch of different types of buildings. Some ones that are designed to look like the old buildings, and then there were some of the old buildings still around. As you can see, they can be in pretty poor shape and falling down into each other. This is the cabin of famous author Jack London, who wrote Call of the Wild among many other books.
It doesn't get any better than this. It might be raining, but it's beautiful out here.
The built-up area in the bottom right-hand corner of this photo is Dawson City. There's still a lot to see at nighttime in Dawson City. The SS Kino is now a National Historical Site and is the last stern wheel paddler known to have traversed the Yukon River. The area known as Claim 33 is a little ways outside of Dawson City, but holds all sorts of interesting artifacts, old ramshackle buildings, and other memorabilia from the time frame of the gold rush. Unfortunately, it's now closed as a tourist site. You're still welcome to walk around it, but there's nobody in the booth there. In fact, there's a sign on the window asking people not to steal anymore. Moving on from there, Claim 6 is an area up the river where you can actually still pan for gold if you want. In between these two areas is Dredge number 4, another National Historic Site that you're welcome to go on guided tours of. Leaving the area, headed to the southwest corner of the territory, down through Haines Junction, so that we could visit Kluane National Park.
Well, we settled into our camp spot a little late, but as you can see from here, it is gorgeous location. So to my back, you'll see some nice mountains. We did get a couple pictures a little while ago before we picked the camp spot here. And unfortunately, we're about half an hour too late for a really great sunset on them. But it's going to be a beautiful location. The morning's looking like it might be cloudy, so we might be able to look there, but we're going to do our best, and I hope you're enjoying this. We're in Kluane National Park right now. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Kluane National Park. Out for another day of photography, and the weather looks like it's cooperating this morning. So sit back and enjoy some more photos. You can probably see the clouds have rolled in, and it's a little bit cooler out. And certainly noisier here by the waterfall, just to my back. I'll show you some photos of that as well. Right now I'm taking some more detail shots of the upper part of the waterfall. There's just some rapids here. And with that, we've got a nice little small tree sticking up that's adding some nice foreground interest and sort of the subject of some of these I'm taking. So take a look now and let me know what you think.
Heading north from the last location, we come to Kluane Lake. Beautiful views here again. And right on the edge of Kluane Lake, we ran into this old ghost town. I'll take you on a bit of a wander around. It's made up of a bunch of old shacks that are completely in ruins. They've fallen down. Hard to tell what many of them are. Some of them there's some structure to. A lot of them have what seem like cages of various sorts in them divided. I don't know if they had different livestock here at one time or what, but it's a really intriguing area. After leaving Kluane National Park, headed to what's referred to as the world's smallest desert, although Carcross Desert technically is a series of sand dunes and not a true desert. Short distance away, I put the drone up to look over Nares Lake towards Base Mountain. And finally, we'll see Bull Island here and wrap up just letting you know that it was a fantastic place to visit in the fall. I love it, would love to go back again. Unfortunately, the couple things I didn't see, we didn't have good conditions for any aurora, and there were no large animals we saw, aside from a couple horses, and very fleeting look at two moose as they disappeared into the bushes. Thanks for joining me, watching along. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video coming soon.